I think it's the stillness and the quiet and the carefully ordered composition. That's what I'm drawn to. I paint single figures. There isn't the narrative of several figures. There's no story. It's more introspective and it's more reflective. And I like to call them figures in solitude. I originally trained as a printmaker at art school. I studied at Manchester and the Slade in the printmaking department, and I worked in the etching department where I learnt all these wonderful skills which are hundreds of years old. And you can see it in the backgrounds, the layering and the scraping back. I think it's interesting when somebody comes to painting from a different discipline. I find that more interesting than if they trained as a painter. Aerial views are something I've been doing for a long time, 20 years in fact, and it's still an untapped area of figurative painting. You see it in films and you see it in photography, but much less so in painting. So it's still a rich seam, an untapped area. My figures tend to be from head to toe within the rectangle of the painting. In a way, they're protected from the real world. They're inside this rectangle where it's safe and it's quiet and it's calm and it's still. I paint figures because you get a tension and a poise and a balance in the human body. The backgrounds are in contrast to the figures. They're very textured, very coarse, whereas the figures are refined and delicate and smooth and treated very differently, but one offsets the other. I rely on how I feel about the work. I trust myself. I think that's key. I think you have to trust yourself. I trust myself with the process. If the work feels right to me, there's a good chance it's going to feel right to somebody else. That's important. I think for me, painting is about ordering. It's an ordering process. So it's a response to the world, which is chaotic and busy. My paintings are a response to that. They're quiet and still and peaceful.